Estamos aqui na BGS, no stand da Warner. A gente vai conversar agora com o Eric Holmes, que é um dos produtores do Batman Arkham Origins. Hi Eric, nice to meet you.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm fine, thank you. Well, what can the players expect from the new Batman game?
I think you're going to see an all-new Batman story that really tells you more about who he is and how he came to be.
There's been a lot of pressure and probably many different challenges because you have tried to continue the successful games made by Rocksteady. What are the main challenges and difficulties you faced?
Well, I guess we have to live up to the legacy provided by those other games. It's about telling a great story, telling one that's authentic to who Batman is and how he's depicted, but also bringing something new to the game too, bringing new features, new gameplay elements. So I guess if I'm going to put a bow on it, it's all of those things.
What about the DLCs? There's been a lot of commotion because of the season pass is mostly composed of skins for Batman and Robin. What can you say about the single-player missions?
I think that the season pass actually isn't fully understood. I think the material out there hasn't been totally clear for that. So one of the things I'll clear up is there's a thing called Initiation in the season pass, which is our first kind of story DLC. It's a kind of a story/challenge map hybrid. So what that is that's you as Bruce Wayne, who's an entirely new playable character, who has his own moveset, his own abilities, because he's still in training. And he's going to be at the Paektusan Mountains in Korea, where he's undergoing his final challenge at the monastery there where he's been training. And if he doesn't, he risks facing death in this final exam, basically, he has to sit as an initiate of the temple. We think it's pretty exciting because it's taking Bruce Wayne right back to where he started, back to the point where if he passes this, he's going to come back to Gotham and he's going to start thinking about how he's going to wage his war on crime in Gotham. So he's very well trained, he's very well equipped, but he doesn't even have the idea of Batman yet. We also get to see his master, his greatest trainer, Kirigi, who's one of the big characters in his kind of origin story that we've seen in the past. And we get to see him, I guess, in more detail, get to explore him a little bit more than we've seen him necessarily in the comic books before. On top of that, there's also another thing which hasn't been announced as part of the Season Pass, but it's a full other narrative DLC along the lines of, if you played Arkham City, Harley Quinn's Revenge, a full large chunk of narrative which will involve open world and its own location and its own characters. So we haven't announced what the form of that is yet, but that's also part of the Season Pass, and I think for the price it's being asked, getting all of that with the different elements, the skins, the challenge maps, the various other, I'm not even sure if I'm familiar with everything else in there, but I think it's pretty good value when you take all that into account. I just don't think it's been very well conveyed up till now.
Well, about the villains present in the game, how was the choice made? How did you choose them?
Oh wow, well we have a lot of, I guess our focus is really on these assassins that come to face Batman. So we're finding characters who are the best they are at some specific thing that they do. For example, the best marksman, the best martial artist, the greatest strategic minds. In the case of Deathstroke, someone who's also very like Batman, who uses gadgets and weapons and is very tactical and resourceful. Someone who's very creepy and scary with Copperhead. So we really want to get a diverse cast that felt like they were all coming at Batman from a different angle that's very much their own, but also characters that are important to Batman and the Batman universe and the Batman lore. So a mixture of, I guess, fresh faces and old blood, but also rewinding these characters back to how they originally appeared. So I hope everyone should feel authentic to who they'll eventually be, but also fresh in terms of how they're realized inside Origins.
Which other villain from the Batman universe would you like to introduce in the game and couldn't, for some reason?
Which one would I like to introduce but couldn't? I don't know if I should answer that because maybe that would be the character in the DLC.
Can we expect a separate game for the Suicide Squad?
Why did you play our game? Did you see our end sequence?
Yeah.
We're not announcing anything right now, but I think one of the things which we've done fairly well in Origins is I think you're seeing more of a DC Universe game. You're seeing something that's not just a Batman game where, you know, it's just the classic rogues. I think the Arkham City adequately did that and really covered all the core bad guys very, very well. So we really want to expand and be more of a DC Universe game, and so you're seeing hints of that DC Universe coming in at the corners there.
Yeah, there are some mentions to other DC characters, like mentions to Queen Industries and Green Arrow. Is there any chance that we'll see those characters in DLCs or something?
Oh, who knows? We talk about everything.
In the game, there's also some hints that Batman knows Bane from before the game starts. And we will see something about the relationship in the DLC or something.
You'll see their story explore, I guess, in the game. I'm not really talking about DLC content right now, but specifically the reference I think you're talking to is the Assassins video where we get to see the whole roster. Batman has heard of Bane. He knows about Bane, but he's never seen him in Gotham before. He's never been in the city before. So that's something that's very new. He's never met him. He's never encountered him.
Okay.
You're a Bane fan? You like Bane?
Yeah. Bane is a great villain. I guess that's mainly it. Thank you for your time.
All right, well, thanks for having me.
Is there something you'd like to add?
It's been great to be here at the Brazilian Game Show, and I hope it's been really special being here on the day that we launch, on the day that the game goes out. So it's been a mix of meeting people here to be interviewed about the game, but also it's been the first time we've been able to talk to people who've finished the game and played it through, so that's been really exciting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Live Team lançou desafio. Você usa a banda larga fixa da Team e se no primeiro mês não gostar, cancela sem pagar nada. Eu fiz o teste e gostei.
Desafio Live Team com 35 MB de velocidade, só R$ 69,90. Live Team, viva essa experiência.